Hi, my name is Maneka Helleberg, and I'm your host today. I'm going to present my sovereign life model, and we're both going to talk about positive impact, the power of pure, good, clean, healthy water, EMF protection, and the conscious entrepreneurs, and this beautiful international community of conscious entrepreneurs that I have the honor to be a part of. So I'm going to go into as much detail as possible, but still value your time. So thank you for being with me today. And I really hope you enjoy. And if you do, don't be a stranger. Contact the person who invited you or me, and we'll be happy to tell you more and send you more information and jump on a call with you. So let's dive right in. Just a little bit about me before we start. This is me and my husband, Christopher. We have been doing this for over 5 years now. I am a teacher by profession, and my husband was working in the transport industry 5 years ago, but we felt quite trapped in the 9 to 5 life. We didn't have time with our kids. We were constantly stressing out. We didn't have time for our passion projects and things that we wanted to give back to the world. So we really kind of prayed for something, another path that could take us out of that box. It felt like we were trapped in this life where we couldn't be where we were, where we wanted to be. We couldn't be location free. We didn't have the power over our own time. And we definitely, we had good finances, but the money came into our account, it came out, and we didn't have a long-term plan to actually get financial security in the long term for us and our family. So now, after 5 years, we have been able to, my husband quit his transport job 2 years into this, and we've been able to be with our kids fully. We have two children that are now 8 and 6. So we have been able to just be a whole family together, which is amazing. So both my husband and my kid, they drive a motocross. That's their passion. And my little girl, she loves dancing. We both love adventures to like swim and go to the ocean and travel. So one of our travels, actually the first summer after we started, and we made like a year's salary in a month. And I'm not kidding. That's what happened. I can't promise that to anyone. We're not making claims here. It's up to you. But that happened for us. That is a reality that we actually made a year's teacher's salary in 1 month. And we decided to go on a road trip to the United States on the West Coast. So there on the picture, that's Christopher in Yosemite. It was a beautiful experience. And we also got to meet some of the top people in our industry and be mentored by them, which was also amazing. And this is also what we discovered. We saw this firstly as a business and also offering our kids and our family the best water possible. But as entrepreneurs, we saw the huge potential of this industry and this business of health and giving people the best water possible. So, and in this, we also met amazing friends across the world, and we have this beautiful international team of tens of thousands of people where last summer actually in Sweden we have this Wild and Free festival where people came from like Australia, Canada, all over Europe, United States, all over the world to actually mentor each other. We had workshops, we were partying, we were like it's this beautiful vibrant community that where the mentors that have walked before us that are, making 6 7 figures every month are actually teaching us how to do this step by step. So yeah, that's what we've been able to do. We actually managed to get out of the 9 to 5. We managed to spend more time with our kids. I also had the honor to to be elected chair of the World Freedom Alliance, which is an amazing organization in over 40 countries in the world that helps to protect our natural rights and freedoms, which is one of my passions: democracy, sovereignty, freedom, empowering communities. So I was able to actually flourish in my role of actually wanting to give back to the world, which is something I'm so, so grateful for. So with that said, of course, like, it's not been a dance on roses, what do you say, all the time. It's an ordinary business. You have to put your brain and your heart and your mind and soul into it. And there are investments that to be made to more or less, depending on your dedication. But I've never regretted it, because this is building our long-term plan and future. If you stick to the end, you'll see the powerful, powerful model that we're working with, also empowering us financially. So let's get into the problems that we are facing. Oh, sorry, that was the next slide. So yes, I wanted to just mention, the long-term vision and plan, and how I want to contribute to really make positive impact in the world. And I think we have to allow ourselves to dream big. We have to allow ourselves to ask the question, why am I here? What am I here to do? And to actually start to walk that path. And for this model, for me, that is a path that can get a lot of people started into empowering their lives, empowering what they are here to do. So for me, this means that I would love to create lots of safe havens, sovereign villages around the world, where we can have education centers, health hubs, health clinics, infrastructures between us, where we can exchange knowledge and food, water, everything that we need, and so on. We have actually been able, me and my husband and a dear friend of us, Joachim, have been able to buy land and move out to the country already. So we're actually walking that path. We're just starting to look at, building our house, building a health clinic, being able to also provide housing for other people. So this is a reality for us. We are doing it, which couldn't have happened without this beautiful opportunity. And I also want to continue to give a good future to our kids in the World Freedom Alliance, in the International Water Awareness, a beautiful network of people working to give people better water across the world, and also the New Earth Horizon, which I've been involved in for a long time, really bringing the real solutions to the world and starting to implement them. So yeah, that's my vision. And really ask yourself, what's your vision? What would you like to create here? And where do we start? So, and what then is blocking us from actually coming there? So many people are stuck in struggling of different kinds, like health struggles, financial struggles, time, lack of time to actually put the time on the things that you love. So what are some? Of course, I work with a lot of things. I like to be in my full expression and not hold back. I'm spiritual, I'm political, I'm financial, I'm also love just to play with my kids and take care of my farm. But what are some of the main root problems that we face? Because instead of just putting something, like giving you a pill and trying to not go to the root, but just cure the symptoms, what we like to do here is in all areas actually go to the root of many problems. And from there, we can eradicate a lot of them at the same time. So one very big problem that we're facing is toxins in our environment, in both our water, in our food, and in our air. Another problem is the increasing levels of radiation. We have, top people like Robert Kennedy, Magda Havas, um, Dolores Cahill, that is a professor in microbiology. A lot of people that have a lot of knowledge, they've done the research, they're really alarming about the levels of radiation in our lives. And we're also facing a lot of financial instability and people being pressured just to put food on the table or pay the rent. And a lot of people react to financial instability with just working harder, like treading faster in the rat race in the wheel, instead of being smart and thinking, well, maybe there's another way. Maybe I need to invest a bit of my savings to actually have another stream of income instead of just stressing out and stressing away. So that's what we can offer here, like a side income that can then become your main income if you treat it as a business and, of course, nurture it. And this, of course, is a root problem where people are actually starving and people are actually facing a lot of stress and a lot of pressure is being put on people to do things that they might not do otherwise because they need food on the table. So this financial aspect is really close to my heart. It's also close to like feeding families, the kids, like the root basic needs that we have. So those are some of the problems that we're going to address here today and also show solutions for that. So first, the problems with our water, and with a warning that this might shock some people. We need to look first at reality and see what it looks like, because a lot of people might take tap water, for instance, for granted, and the water that you're drinking, that there are these myths, especially here in Sweden and Scandinavia, but in a lot of countries, that, wow, the tap water is so good, it's no problem, like we have the best water in the world, don't worry. But actually, when you look closer to it, you can find both in tap and well water and other water sources thousands of chemicals that are really not good for our health. So you see on the picture there, you can find both heavy metals, chlorine, aluminum, pesticides, and even in well water, because we live out in the country and we tested our well water uh, with our own tests, and we could see the remnants from the farms, the chemicals coming from them into the well water. And so there are loads and loads of toxins, also confirmed by researchers and scientists that have looked at this and tried to warn about this for a very long time. Also, PFAS is it's in 4 out of 5 water sources in Sweden, and it's a known cancerogen. So yeah, I do want to just really acknowledge and bring it up to the surface and create awareness about this. Another big problem is that our pipes and the pipes that the water is running through would have needed to be changed long time ago in most areas. And since this is not acknowledged and seen, then a lot of politicians, etc., they just sweep it under the carpet and they don't do anything about it. So of course, when the water then is running through these pipes, it's also contaminated, and it also is clumped up together in ways where the water isn't absorbed by the body in the best way possible. So the summary is that the water is not in its natural healthy state any longer when it's treated badly like this. We can also, another problem is also the plastic contamination, because a lot of people then turn to bottled water, but in bottled water you can find microplastics. It's been standing there for ages on the shelf, etc., but it's also contributing to the plastic epidemic in the world, which is quite severe. Then what happens to us when we get exposed to bad water, toxins, and also the stress that surround us, um, and the radiation that we're going to talk more about later. So what can happen with you is that you can be in a state of dehydration, and you might think, well, I drink, a lot of water. I drink through 2, 3 liters of water per day. But if it's bad water, if it's not the top quality of water, the body will not absorb it properly. So you will be drinking water, it will just pass through you and not do its job in the body. You can also experience acidosis. This is a huge problem, causing being a base for many other problems, such as that can cause both acidosis and then inflammation, like chronic inflammations in the body, can cause a wide range of health problems, such as asthma, diabetes, cancer, pains in the body, even psychological disorders like lack of concentration, bad sleep, etc., etc. Like I said, if you ask any knowledgeable person, they know how oxidative stress and acidosis, inflammation affect so many different parts of our body and is really damaging for us. And we do also see a lot of stress-related problems, both connected to toxins, radiation, etc., which is not spoken about that much, but really need to be put into awareness. And of course, also the stress that is put on us in an ordinary life. Like if I think back on the life I was living, I could never go back. I don't understand how I managed. I really do respect, or what do I say? Like those of you that are in that situation still, where you're juggling kids and jobs and finances and, getting every like food on the table and cleaning and da da da. Wow, that is a lot of people do have stress related problems today, and it's something that we also need to address, that this lifestyle is not maybe meant for us to be able to relax, able to be fully human on ourselves. So let's jump into the positive impact around water. Water is life, and it's so important to give yourself and your community not just clean water, but medical grade, healthy water. I'm going to explain what that is really soon. But it's also important to not just stop there, also to remove the toxins from your home that might affect, your hormones, your cells, your um, what do you say, your energy levels, etc. So first we need to understand that we are made of 70% water. A lot of people kind of miss that big piece of the puzzle. They do yoga, they exercise, they think about eating the right, supplements, or, they take care of their health in so many aspects, and they forget about the water, which is 70% of our health, and which is quite surprising. And we've seen such huge changes, in our growing team, like people. I remember a young mother that had 3 kids, and she was completely burnt out. And after 3 weeks with the water, she called me and like, I don't know what to do with all my energy. Like you saved me. Like I can be able to be with my kids now. And people with IBS, with allergies, with, so many different health problems that have really tried everything. And then they changed their water, and that is the last piece of the puzzle. It all just, realigns, the health comes back, the energy comes back. They feel like themselves again. And this actually happened to me as well. When I got in touch with the water, gone through a long health challenge for 5 years. I had chronic Lyme disease, which was quite severe. The doctors didn't find it until really, really late, like 2 years later. And I had, come through it, but I was very exhausted. I didn't have much energy. I just like tried to get through, if you know that feeling. And after 3 weeks with this water, my energy levels was up the like through the roof. I was myself again. And when you know what bad health is and then you get it back, you are so immensely thankful for that. And you know that without that, you can't do anything else. So really remember this huge 70% of your health, that is the water. And then you look at what water are you drinking today? Is it bottled water? Is it tap water, well water? Maybe you come to the point where you have a filter for your water, which is amazing, like good for you. And or maybe you distill your water, have reverse osmosis, which is a great step forward, but it doesn't end there. Like there are many aspects of the water that doesn't make water equal. And this is important to listen to and to not have your cup full, because some people that have started to explore this, you know, they don't, they might not be open to a bigger picture. So I'm here to like widen your knowledge and experience about water. So what we have found with this water, and also talking to a lot of experts and the huge backing that is behind this water that we work with by thousands of doctors when it's medical grade certificate, is that even though you have cleared out the toxins from your water, there's more to the story. It's not the end of it. So those aspects of the water that you need to be aware of is, of course, the toxicity. Are there microplastics like in bottled water? Is there chemicals like it can be in tap and well water? Uh, and so on. And then it's the pH level. So the pH level can, if it's too low, it can create acidosis in our body. If it's a slightly higher, that is very positive for our bodies. And that can be, the pH level can be a problem with distilled or filtered water, that it can be quite low sometimes. Also the ORP level, which is different. It's the oxidative properties and the structure. So all of these things is something you need to think about with your water. So the structure in the water is important because and none of these waters have the right structure. And why is the structure important? The structure of the water, like I said before, means that if it's clumped up together or not, or if it's like molecules are separated. When the water is more fluent, more separated, it can actually be absorbed in our cells much, much better, which a lot of athletes, a lot of top sports teams like LA Lakers and, Ronaldo and a lot of these top athletes and sports trainers, they're very aware. They drink the Kangen water, they drink the water that we have because it has all of these qualities. It has the absorption in the body, which means it's super hydrating, 6 times more hydrating than any other water. So that's the structure, and then it's the oxidative properties. And oxidative stress is caused by toxins, by stress, by radiation. All of these things around us and or bad water also causes oxidative stress in our bodies. And all of this water that you see here, it causes oxidative stress. The water that we will present counteracts oxidative stress. It has molecular hydrogen, high levels of molecular hydrogen that are very stable and made in a non-chemical way, so that this oxidative stress daily, when you drink this day in and day out, is actually counteracted by the water. And it's also important to see if the water has a positive or a negative charge. This can be measured with an ORP meter. So all of these waters that most people drink have a plus charge. It has a positive charge, which causes oxidative stress in our body. If you have a negative charge, which the Kangen water has, it counteracts the oxidative stress. So maybe this was a lot of information, but I really want to highlight that all water is not equal, and we are going to go into some of the details. We're not going to go deep diving. I have other videos for that, but I do want to give you the full information. So then what is Kangen water? What is the water that we are working with and that we love and drink every day? So the water that we have is a solution that is based on very powerful healing springs in the world. So this is not just like any spring water. This is actually spring water where people in for hundreds of years have been coming to these springs because they see the value, they see the healing properties of the water. They are in Okinawa in Japan, in Nordenau, Germany, Lourdes in France, and there are some other springs as well, but they're very, very rare. And the technology that is made in Japan that we work with is actually mimicking these most powerful natural springs in the world. And it's creating something called electrolyzed reduced water. So if you do want to look at the research, if you do want to look at science behind this, don't Google, because there are people trying to counteract this, bring us down. You're going to find the wrong information. Go to PubMed, go to Google Scholar, search for electrolyzed reduced water, and you will get the thousands of studies that are behind the technology we're working with. So what then are the properties of this powerful healing spring water? So these Japanese scientists around 50 years ago, they found that the water has a very strong negative charge. It is ionized. It is also structured water, like I talked about before, where it's absorbed by the body. It's full of molecular hydrogen, and molecular hydrogen is a powerful antioxidant, actually one of the most powerful antioxidants in the world that counteracts oxidative stress. And that is one of the main healing properties of this water. And of course, it's also very pure and clean water. Often these healing springs occur in mountain regions or remote areas where the environment is still very pure and clean, and the water has been running through the mountains. There's been lightning strikes. That's where, you know, the molecular hydrogen comes in, and it's been like really charged and cleansed through this process. So what these amazing Japanese researchers did 50 years ago was to create this beautiful water solution, so you don't have to travel all the way to these healing springs to get access to this water, but you can actually have this technology in your kitchen and put it onto your tap, and there's a little switch where you easily switch to normal tap water if you're doing the dishes, etc. Or it goes through the water technology and you get the Kangen water. So this is a medical grade ionizing technique certified in Japan. You can actually take the certification out from the homepage. Enagic, the company we're working with, is completely transparent and open. You can go to enagic.com or enagiceu.com, and you can download all the certifications and look into them deeply, because these are some of the top certifications in the world, ISO certifications, gold standard for the company, for the water, etc. So it's very comforting to know that the standard is the highest in the world. And the technology converts the tap water into 5 different kinds of water. So it's with 7 different pH levels, and I'll tell you more about those in a minute. And the technique then purifies the tap water, it ionizes and structures the water, it makes the water alkalized, not alkaline. This is a difference. This is a lot of people think that, oh, it's the same as putting baking soda in the water. Why do you need an expensive water machine when you can just put some chemicals in the water and the pH goes down? So this is very, very different. If you do that for a long period of time, it's not healthy for you. I can tell you that. If you have alkalized water that is full of molecular hydrogen that is not produced in a chemical way, you can never drink too much of it. You should drink it all the time because it's really going into the cells and balancing the oxidation, like the pH levels in the cells, also activating the mitochondria, helping to nourish the cells with more nourishment, etc., coming into the cells. So there's so much more to it than that. But that is what the technology does. And whatever you do, if you're here for the water or you're here for also looking at the business, uh, this is a physical top level product that whatever happens, you have it for yourself and your family, and you have it for such a high quality that you might have it for 25 plus years. So it's a beautiful investment for your health. But also, like we're going to talk about later, if you own one of these machines, you can also tap into the affiliate program and actually get money back and even have a whole uh, financial freedom and support in your life if you just own one of these machines. Oops. So what then happens in your body when you drink this Kangen water daily? So like I said, you get an increased hydration in your body. It has antioxidant properties. You get increased cellular function, and the cells are, of course, the basis for our whole health and our organs and our like everything regarding our health is dependent on the cells being healthy. And the cell really starts to thrive and be nourished and get water and also release and detox daily, release the acidosis, the toxins and everything. So this is a constant detox of your body that happens when you drink this daily. And just a really fun fact, and the power of the Kangen water is that 1 glass of Kangen water equals 1.5 liters of blueberries in antioxidants property. So that's why everyone says, like, eat your broccoli, your citruses, your blueberries, all of it, because it has antioxidant properties. And this water has some of the highest antioxidant properties you can find anywhere. So what are then the 5 types of water that the Kangen machine produces? So one we've already talked about. It's the Kangen water that you have for drinking. And the Kangen water comes from in different pH levels. And all these waters, they have different pH levels. If you remember in science, you have a high pH and a low pH, and they have different functions. So these water is based on that. The Kangen water is that you drink, but there's also strong Kangen water, and this is something that you don't drink. It has a pH of 11, and it can actually reduce your cost for cleaning chemicals in your home and also remove those because it actually acts as an emulsifier. So I have it in a spray bottle. You can spray it in your kitchen and remove any like grease, stains, etc. You can clean your floors with it, your car, and you can actually also cut down the costs for in a lifetime. There's so many costs for cleaning chemicals, etc. So you can throw that out and you can just clean with water, which means that you're eliminating those toxins also from your home. And then we have the Kangen water. We talked about that. It's the best water that you can have for yourself and your family. And then we have clean water. And this is because when you eat or when you give like baby formula, also when you take medicines, you should not drink the Kangen water. Then you have the clean water, which is just purified and doesn't have the Kangen effect with the molecular hydrogen, etc. And this is because the molecular hydrogen can actually increase the uptake of medicines, and it can also sometimes reduce the stomach acid. So you should not be drinking the Kangen water half an hour before or after you eat. Then there's also beauty water, which has a pH from 4 to 6. And Nagic actually also has a shower unit where you can shower and bathe in the best water for your skin, which is a lower pH because the skin's natural pH is around that area. So if you want to have vibrant like hair, skin, for me, this was huge because I used to have problems with my skin, and I was doing a lot of things about it. I had some eczema, I had some spots coming and going, and I also had like I had to take like conditioner in my hair because it was very frizzy. And with the Anespa and with the beauty water, it just all smoothens, and it works as also as a natural astringent for your skin and your hair and your face. And the hair becomes like silky soft and just completely shining. I don't have to use conditioner any longer. It's just amazing to be able to give that to your body as well. And it's also, you can also press beauty water on the machine and give it to your plants, and also in some of your cooking you can use it. But yeah, there's so many uses of this water. There's actually a folder if you want it, that describes like all the uses of the water. And the last water is the strong acidic water. This is actually certified as well as a disinfectant. Even like medical doctors or dentists use it as a disinfectant. So it kills germs, bacteria, everything like that in just 30 seconds. You can also have it on cuts and wounds, and you can also eliminate, cut the costs for all of those chemicals in your home that you use for um, to clean wounds or to disinfect your surfaces, your bathrooms or kitchens, etc. And you can also, I feel for my kids, I feel it's very good to take strong acidic water on their wounds instead of some chemicals that goes through their skin, etc. So let me present to you the quad, which is the full package for your health and for your wealth that Enagic offers. So in the quad, you have the Kangen 8, the K8. Enagic also has other machines, but this is the world leading water ionizer and the top grade machine that Enagic has. And this will give yourself and your family the best water you can give them. The second product that Enagic offers that is quite new, especially here in Europe, it was just released, I think, in May this year. This is the M-Guard, and this is a powerful EMF protection device that is researched. You can measure it for yourself. It is top of the line, just like anything Enagic does. And I'm going to describe more about that and EMF protection just anytime soon. And then they have the Anespa that I talked about, which is a mineral spa bath shower. and it makes sure that harmful toxins doesn't enter through your skin when you bathe and shower, because the skin is the largest organ that the body has, and you absorb around 1.5 liters of water when you shower and bathe. And if you don't want those harmful chemicals that are present in the tap water to come into your skin, it's very good to have the full package and also have the anespa to protect yourself from those chemicals entering through your skin. But it also resembles the Japanese onsen springs, and onsen is the hot springs in Japan. Oops. The onsens are the hot spring mineral water springs in Japan that are actually certified by the Japanese government for its healing properties. So the Nespa also has minerals and tourmaline and minerals from these springs to really heal your hair and your skin and your body in that way. And then we have the Yukon, which I haven't talked about yet, but this is a very powerful turmeric extract that is organically grown. It's grown in Japan. It has, hundreds, if not thousands of years of historical knowledge about turmeric and its anti-inflammatory effects. So it will also help your body detox and actually counteract, especially if you have pains in your body or rheumatism or inflammation, any kind of things like that. And the Yukon is also certified, it's researched. If you search for curcumin and the research behind that in Google Scholar or PubMed, you'll find a lot of that. And it's also made in a very patented special way where the turmeric becomes extra powerful and potent. And like I'll show further on, if you buy this full health package, you also get the best strategy to get started if you want to do this as a business as well. And I'll get back to that further along in the presentation. So now I want to talk to you about the positive impact we can make for people to protect them against EMF smog. So EMF is electromagnetic frequencies, and those are present around us, a lot of them in the cities, but also in our homes from electrical devices, mobile towers. There's a lot of radiation around us. And this amazing device is called the M-Guard. So just to face the problems with the EMF today, and the consequences of the prolonged exposure, it might not be dangerous for us to just have a little bit of it now and then. But when you have this prolonged exposure, if you're living especially near a cell phone tower or you're living in the middle of the town, I would really have this as a wake-up call to how much this can affect your health and create also oxidative stress in your body. So the problem is with electromagnetic pollution, and I would say also with like tap water, you can't see it, right? It's not like you see a smog in the air, or you can't touch it or see it, and you can't smell it. But you can actually detect it with equipment, so you can really see the radiation levels in your homes. So if you talk to us, we might be able to even come out and measure in your home and also show you when we put on the M-Guard how the radiation levels completely go down to 0 in that frequency range that the M-Guard works. And the long-term exposure to EMF has been linked to various health problems, such as cellular damage, oxidative stress, disruption of biological processes, as well as neurological disorders. And I would like to add to that one very, very um, yeah, frequent problem regarding AMF is sleep problems. And this is actually the first feedback I have, because now I have a lot of people that have the M-Guard at home. And the thing that all of them, or most of them, are saying, not all, but most of them, is that you sleep very, very well with the M-Guard. I experienced it as well. We have it at home. And I just slept like a baby when I had it. And we're even living out in the country, but we do have, Wi-Fi. We do have electrical devices. So it really has this actually increasing the microcirculation in the cells, letting you relax and be free of those electromagnetic frequencies that affect your physical body very negatively. And if you remember, if you're like me, I was born in the 70s, end of the 70s, and I played outside. We didn't have these devices. You were out in nature, you were with your friends. And today, it's kind of a struggle. I mean, I have kids, and it's a constant struggle with the devices and electrical smog everywhere, etc. And it's just a problem that we really need to be aware of. And just to give you the basics on electromagnetic fields, EMF, the EMF radiation covers a spectrum of frequencies from extremely low to radio frequencies and microwave frequencies. So understanding the sources and frequencies of EMF radiation is critical to recognizing potential health risks associated with long-term exposure. And a lot of the researchers that I'm in contact with say that the regulations are way too high. They allow way too high radiation levels in our societies today. So they should actually be way lower. And the acceptable radiation levels is around 0 to 200. And above that, it's actually really harmful for us. And you can find way higher, especially in the cities. You can find like 10,000 or like really high levels. And unfortunately, in my opinion, they're not regulated enough, just like with the water and the toxins. So we need to take responsibility for ourselves and our families instead. So the solution that I'm so proud of that Enagic has come to us with is the M-Guard. And the M-Guard can be used with various electronic devices, providing continuous protection for you and your family's well-being. You can take it with you. So we're actually have it with us in our car and just plug it into an USB port. So you can take it take it with you to the office or in your car so that you can protect yourself and your family wherever you are. So the M-Guard offers this innovative technology where it's actually emitting frequencies that counteract the negative EMF frequencies. So if you think about it like a wave coming that is negative, and the EMF is the M-Guard is coming with another wave that equals out each other. And it's important to know, because I know some people that have their own measuring devices, when they measure the M-Guard, they can't see the range of frequency that the M-Guard is operating in. You do need some special equipment to really show the effect of the M-Guard. So the research behind it, it's a long other story. I'm still learning myself since this is quite new. But as I understand it, the frequencies that the researchers behind the M-Guard has focused on are especially those frequencies that are known to affect the main organs in the body and the main systems functioning in our body, which is between 0 to 1000 megahertz. So it's not protecting in other ranges. This is important to know, but I'm happy to provide you with that, with more information about that and how the thoughts are, how this development happened around the M-Guard. I actually had the honor to speak with some of the researchers behind it that explained all of this, and we have the resources and the references if you would need that. So the M-Guard protects you in a radius of radius of 4 meters and 8 meters in diameter. So inside of that like bubble that is being created, you and yourself, you and your family are safe from this frequency, um, in this frequency range. So that was a short presentation about the M-Guard. Like I said, I'm happy to provide more information about that if you need it. But it's time now. Now you've seen the amazing products that we're working with. And if you also are interested to create more sovereignty, more freedom to get down to business and to create sovereign enterprises, then that's what you need to stick around for this. And I do recommend everyone to have a look at this as well anyway. For me, sovereign enterprises means to empower communities so that we can have the resources, the time, the freedom to actually live the things that we want to do, like build the villages, the health clinics, to travel wherever we want, to conferences or to meet other people. If we are for real going to do that, we do need to be empowered. We need the sovereign, conscious entrepreneurship to flower and thrive. So first, it's very important to just have a reality check, like I did 5 years ago. Like I was, if you are maybe employed, if you might be an entrepreneur, or if you've taken the steps to sovereign enterprise. Some of you might have still like looking at this, some of you have not. But what do I then mean? Like if we have this reality check, what are the pros and cons of these different ways of actually paying our bills, putting food on the table, which we all need to do, right? So for me, I had that years ago where I was an employee as a teacher. In that job, I had no time freedom. I had to be there 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock in the morning. I had to work my hours. I had no automation, meaning that if I wasn't there, nothing would happen. No one else, of course, they could have someone jump in for me, but it wasn't running in the background anyway. I did not have exponential income. The money came in and then out, in, out. And there was no long-term plan for me or my family. And definitely no legacy income. Legacy meaning that I'm building an empire, I'm building a long-term financial freedom for myself and my family. That was unheard of, and it was not going to give me that. And just the thought of, and I don't mean to disrespect anyone who is an employee. I like honor you, I respect you. There is another way, though. There is a way that, and it's going to be challenges on that way as well, but to do something else. For me and my husband, we were like, maybe there's entrepreneurship will take us out of that, like 9 to 5 struggle. But what we found as entrepreneurs running this transport business, there was definitely no time freedom. You could work 12 hours per day or more. There was no automation, like it was hands-on all the time. There was no guaranteed exponential income. Like we would build up some, some savings and finances, and then boom, a car broke down, or there was like a legal struggle with an insurance company, or someone broke their contract with us, or something would always happen on the way. And we definitely had to be involved all the time. There was no automation in that, and there was no guaranteed legacy income in that either. So when we saw this business model that I'm going to share with you, we saw that, yes, here, this was a real sovereign enterprise, meaning that you can get empowered through having your time back, to actually have spaciousness and time to spend on your children, on your passion projects, on making a positive impact, or traveling, whatever is good for you, what the vision you have. And the time comes because you have systems working for you. You have automation, just like you're watching this webinar right now. I don't have to be there in person with you. You're watching this and getting the information, and then I'm just there to get people started and support them on the way afterwards. And here you find the possibility of exponential income, where every hour, every minute you spend on this building a sovereign enterprise will take you to, financial freedom in a way I've never seen any other model that can do it in this way. And there's a possibility of actually creating legacy income, meaning that what you build up here will be passed on in generations to come, be passed on to your kids and their kids, and so on. Because the Japanese, they want to honor and give back to those that honor and give to them. And they also think long, long term. They have hundreds of years of business plans. So it's such a beautiful way of actually creating an enterprise, and with also working just with a computer or phone, you can actually be location free as well. I can sit here on my farm, not having to go anywhere if I don't want. Or we have people living in Mexico in our team, or in France, or in Bali, where you can actually live where you want to live in the world as well. So what does it then mean to really empower our communities, which I love to do? And one basis is to really give people clean food and water and clean life, like surrounding environment, right? And this is the basis for physical health. And you can also live a toxin-free life, which means that when you are in your full health, when you have a toxin-free surroundings, you can thrive, you can be in your full potential. And it's amazing to work with this, to empower communities, work with tools that actually give that to other people. And then, of course, it's the finances to thrive and actually build new for real. To have these finances to build a life that is important to you, and to put into these important projects that work to make the world a better place, that I've, for instance, chosen to give my time and money and energy into. And the last part is, of course, a conscious community, because you don't want to stand alone in this. You want to learn from those that have actually made it work before you, to see them, like some in our community that have been doing this just a few years longer than me, and what they've been able to create, like the lifestyles and how many people they've been able to support. That is such an inspiration for me. And they mentor me and our communities to really share what has worked for them. And they walked before us so that we can learn from them. And then in this community, we can also create automated and online systems for, like, to ask questions, to connect with each other. We have Facebook groups, we have chats, we have education platforms, step guides, we have trainings, mentorships, that this conscious community is actually becoming like your family, or this people that really love freedom and want to create it together with you. So what then is Enagic, the company that we're working with? So Enagic is a 50-year-old Japanese company. It's privately family owned, and it has the top certifications in the world. So you can go to, like I said, enagic.com or enagiceu.com for those in Europe, and have a look more about the company. But they have amazing values. They built this company up to support us. So they have offices in over 40 locations in the world. So Enagic has built up this global business for us. So just by owning our machine or getting a like bigger package, the quad or trifecta, we can tap into this business that will support us with, they will do everything for you. They will send out the machines, they will give service to the machines, they will give customer support. All of that is taken care of. You don't need to handle any products. You don't need to like send anything out. All of that is being handled by Enagic, and you get support by the nearest office wherever you are in the world. And you also have the rights to work with this in the whole world. So this is just an amazing high level company, and that is just an honor to work with. So what does it mean then to tap into Enagic's patented business plan? So what you do, the one thing that you do, you need to have an Enagic product. If it's an M-Guard, if it's a machine, you need to start out with one of those. That's it. Okay? It's not like any other system you've seen. This is important. It's not like a pyramid scheme. It's not an ordinary MLM. It's nothing like that. They have a patented 8-point system that I'm going to show to you soon. And it's very high income. It's high ticket sales. So you get affiliate commissions if you recommend their products to other people. And this is an industry that is growing very, very fast out in the world. And a lot of people right now, especially during recessions, when people are looking for other income streams, or maybe losing their jobs, or the incomes are becoming less. This is exactly what people are looking for. This is what people need to get that extra stream of income. And it's certified and unique and patented business plan. It has very low requirements, meaning there is no there's no auto shipment, there is no like monthly quotas you have to do, nothing like that. You own your machine and you're tapping into it. And it's very high ethical values. And we are in the direct sales and affiliate marketing industry, not the traditional MLM. And you can work online with just a phone and computer, which means that you can be anywhere in the world. You have location freedom. You can create this extra stream of income and build a long-term plan and legacy income that will secure your family and their financial freedom for generations to come. There are very high lifetime and leadership bonuses that I'm going to show to you soon. And this is really about this paying it forward and supporting and empowering your community so that you can create this powerful win-win for everyone. And I know a lot of people are not used to that. I wasn't either. I was like, where's the hook? There must be a hook. Like there must be something bad here. It can't be that good. But you know what? There is no hook. This is like just what we're saying. We're being completely transparent. This is a win-win for everyone involved, which is a beautiful way of actually living and making an income. So how does it work then? What are the details? So in the Synagic patented 8-point model, this is the basic entry level. So like I said, if you just buy one machine, that is the basic entry level. It can be the K8, any other machine, the M-Guard, even the Yukon, but you do need to get 1 year's supply of Yukon to get in. And the income model is divided into different levels from 1A to 6A. And regarding how many sales that you and your team, not just you, but the people that you have invited to this business, what you are creating together, all these sales and referrals that you're doing together defines which level that you are on in the business. So the more you give, the more you get, right? So if you start with a machine, you're going to start in the 1A lane. And in the first two referrals you make, the first and the second sale, you will earn 285 euros for a K8 sale. So after those two sales, the next sale, the third sale, you will earn 2 points of commission. So as you see on the right, this kind of piece of pie, for every machine or product that Enagic sells or that is being referred, there are 8 points of commission that is being distributed to the independent distributors. So in the first lane, you get 1 piece of commission, which for K8 is 285. In the 2A lane, you get 2 pieces of commission, which means 570 euros. In the 3A lane, you get 3 pieces of commission, and that is from the 11th sale to the 20th sale within your whole team. And then you get 855 euros for a K8 sale. In 4A, between 21 and 50 sales, you get 1,140 euros. And you can see that, just coming up to 4A, which is kind of like a milestone, the most people that come to 4A, they will go like all the way. That's, the experience we have, because then you're getting a hang of it. It's like the first step is like get to 4A, then get to 6A, and then it's just like, the drill, like then you go beyond. But you can imagine like just having 2 of these sales per month, like 1 or 2, would create a substantial income stream, extra income stream to you and your family at those levels. So in 5A lane, between 51 and 100 sales, you get 1,425 euros per sale. And in 6A, that's when you reached the first kind of leadership level that Enagic will reward you even more after that, which I'm going to come into. You get 1,710 euros for each sale. And I actually quit my job when I was 6A. I became 6A after 10 months. I think 5A just after 5 weeks, and 6A after 10 months. And I was like a bit scared because I had a family. I was thinking, oh my God, I have to have a stable job and this and that. But after 6A, I was just like, yeah, I need to do this full time. I want the time with my kids. I want to, be able to do all the other things that I've done now. So, and with the right strategy, which we actually had, we started out with a quad, me and my husband. We were just like, yeah, we're doing this full on. Let's give us the best strategy, and we're going to do this full on. So with the right strategy, in the end, once you worked the system right, you can actually earn all 8 points of commission, the whole piece of the pie, which means 2,280 euros per sale. And then remember that a lot of people actually start with trifectas, which is 3 products, or 4 products, which is the quad, if they're doing this seriously and as a business, which means that you're going to move very fast through these ranks when people are starting with these packages. And this is just like the baseline, guys. The amazing thing with the system is that it also duplicates for each dedicated leader that you find to run your business with. So that's what you want to look for. If you just have like 5 or 10 dedicated people that plant their flag and like, yeah, I'm doing this with you, you have your business like for life. That's what you want to find. Because, and I haven't even said this yet, like this is the leverage, guys. And we have other videos that shows this more in depth. I'm just going to mention it here because it is super important. Let's say, for instance, that you place a person in your 4A lane. You worked yourself up to over 20 sales and you make a sale to your friend, Anna, for instance. And when you place someone in a lane, when you make a sale and you're 4A, and then you place them in your 4A lane. So once you made a sale for that person in that lane, they stay there, okay? But when Anna, she becomes one of your main leaders, like she loves this business and she just want to share it with everyone. For every sale that Anna does, you will also earn 1,140 euros. So just let that sink in, that by supporting her to understand this, to succeed, to spread this to others, you will also earn 1,140 euros for every sale that she makes, as long as there are pieces of pie left. And I won't go into details about this, but it's almost like, okay, Anna makes a sale and she's brand new, so she gets one piece of commission. Okay, then it's passed to you, the piece of the pie, like the 8 points of commission. And since she's in your 4A lane, you get 4 pieces. And then after that, there are 3 pieces left. And those pieces will go to those that introduced me. But then after that, there are no more pieces left. So that's why it's not a traditional MLM. It doesn't go on forever. So it's those that come in first that get the commission first, and then the pie is passed on upwards. When all the 8 pieces of the pie are taken, they're gone. So it really resonates with me because it is those that support new people to get started and succeed that also succeed in the business. So that's where the duplication is and the leverage and where the empowerment with your whole community comes in and the win-win. So what are then, the best strategies to get started? So like I mentioned, the next level of strategy that is super powerful is the trifecta level. And what you do then is that you start with buying the Anespa. You could also start with an M-Guard if you want. You place the cheapest product on the top so that you get the most commission by selling the other products to yourself. So what you do with the trifecta is that you then sell the K8 and the Yukon to yourself, which means that you then get 285 euros and 105 euros in a year's supply in commissions back. So you get a bonus back. And the second important thing is that you fill up the 1A lane, which means in your first sale and forever after that, with whatever they create that you take in into your business, which people you partner with, you will earn double commissions. You will earn 570 euros from the start. And you also receive like the full health package, and then you get 2 points of commission forever. Like if I would take in Anna and place her in my 2A lane instead of the 1A lane, I will get double the amount for everything that she creates. And then it's the like top level, like we were, like, yeah, tell us what to do. We will go all in. Like we see the vision. We're going to do this. Then you start with a quad. So in the quad, you can actually choose. It's not doesn't have to be these products. We do recommend having one machine and the Yukon because the Yukon actually has a compensation plan of its own that is super beneficial for the business. I won't go into the details here, but we really do recommend having the Yukon. So in this ordinary quad, you start with the M guard, and then you sell the K8 and the Anespa to yourself. And then you place the Yukon in your 2A lane, and you actually start to build under that Yukon. So for each product, you get a unique Enagic ID. So you can actually choose when a new person comes in, you use this unique ID for your referral. So if Anna comes in when you've started with a quad, you can use the ID that you got from your Yukon and place Anna under that Yukon. In that way, since the Yukon is a business of its own, you receive 1 point of commission because the Yukon is in 1A. So you receive 1 point of commission from the Yukon. But since the Yukon then is in your 2A lane from your top account, which is the first account that you started with, the M card, you will receive 2 more pieces of commission from that top account. So if you don't follow, it's okay. It's like complicated in the beginning. The important thing is that you fast track this business. You get faster return on investment. You get all the products and you get 3 points of commission, meaning 855 euros, guys, back for every sale and for every sale that those people in your team does also. So, and this also duplicates with every leader that you get into your team. So now you know the power of what we have here. So now I want to show you the amazing possibilities of the exponential long-term income that you can create. Just like I said, the 6A level is just the start. Like that is the first leadership level. And then Enagic really starts to reward people that work with this actively. So the first one-time bonus that you receive once you become 6A is 2,550 euros. And the idea is then that the more people that you help to become 6A, or if you create multiple accounts for yourself that achieve 6A, you get the next level bonus. So once you have 2 more people or 2 more accounts that have become 6A, you're then 6A2, where you receive 5,100 euros in a one-time commission. So that was the 6A2. And in 6A2-2, and we're actually very close to that, me and my husband, even though we've taken like 4 months break, like half a year break now and then, we're actually come to -2 and almost -3 in these 5 years. So in the 6A2-2, you have another level of 6A accounts or people that have achieved 6A, and you get a 10,200 euros bonus. And the next level after this is what we've had like our eyes fixed on during all these years. And I think a lot of people can agree that that is like what you really want to come to and then beyond, of course. But at 6A2-3, once you have one more level of 6As, it's almost like a tree, like duplicating down. And when you have the next level, you receive a 20,400 one-time bonus and you get 3,500 euros per month for the rest of your life, whatever happens, guys. of course, you have to like follow the rules of Enagic and their guidelines, etc. But the 3,500 euros per month for the rest of your life and willable to your kids, for me, that is a more guaranteed pension that than I would definitely have as a teacher. So for me to spend like 5 years, 10 years, whatever it takes, I could have worked as a teacher for 40 years, who knows, and never have a pension like this one. So if I can spend 5 or 10 years to achieve this, and guys, this is just the baseline, like I'm not counting the 8-point commission, the quarterly bonuses, the monthly bonuses, there are lots of other bonuses that open up on these levels that I'm not even mentioning. But for me, it's about valuing my time and valuing where I spend my energy to actually create the most effect long term for me and my family. And like I said, yes, there will be hurdles. You're going to want to quit 1,000 times, and you're going to like you have to have endurance. You have to be coachable. You don't need experience, definitely not. Like there are people that have no social media experience, nothing, no experience of online businesses that have made this thrive and really made this happen. So if you are just dedicated and coachable and willing to like embark on this new path, you can do it wherever you're at. I'm really sure of it. The next level after that is for 40,800 euros one-time bonus and 7,000 euros monthly. And after that, 682-5, you have 81,600 euros one-time bonus and 10,500 euros monthly. And it actually goes on to -5, -6, etc. I don't have those numbers here, but my mentors are like -5, -3, -6, and all of this, and are like I get direct mentorship from them like weekly, monthly, all the time, and they have amazing platforms for us to educate ourselves with. So guys, that is what is possible here for all of us. And of course, it's no promise for anyone. You need to be in charge, and you need to take the steps and be like humble and learn something new to make this happen. But there is another way, and we've made it happen. A lot of other people, like with lots of different kinds of backgrounds, have made it happen. So you can too if you want to. And like I said, the question is, are you ready to dedicate 5 or 10 years of your life to then after that be financially independent for the rest of your life? Like a lot of people are just caught in the grind, they look down instead of like looking to the horizon and like not understanding that if I spend just a couple of hours per day dedicated to actually create the long-term plan, I don't have to be busy grinding in the long term. So that's what me and my husband saw. I actually spent around 1-2 hours per day the first year to come to 6A, and actually completely shifted our reality and our lives. And the question you also need to ask yourself is, what is it that keeps you loyal to a system that does not serve you? What is it that keeps you in the rut, to say, like is it a poor like belief in yourself, or maybe you think, no, like we can't get the money together. Like we have people like sold cars or borrowed from like friends or family, or like when they understand it, like if you know that you want to do this, you can make it work. You can find the money. I'm sure of it, because it's going to be your long-term plan from where you are today. If you're lacking, like you might have finances, but you might not have time, or you have a job where you don't feel a meaning, or you want to have more time for your kids or your passion projects, wherever you are, you need to ask that question. Is it like doubt or parents or friends that don't understand this? Or what is it that keeps you in that box? So it is a lot about mindset, about understanding that if you believe in yourself that you can make it work, you can make it work and you have all the support to do it. And of course, you're going to have challenges. Of course, you need to be dedicated on many levels. Everyone will not succeed, but a lot have. And it is a possibility for everyone that really wants to. And on that way, you're going to have a team of support with you. So you're not going to be alone if you make this decision. And you're going to learn from top income earners in the industry that are making like 6, 7 figure months. We have online education platforms. You can leverage automated systems so that you can actually live your life and not just be busy with running around in this daily stress. So, like I said, the team building and the mindset is super important here. You can learn and be supported by both a local and global team of like-minded visionaries and top mentors. You learn and you're going to have a mentor, your personal mentor yourself that will teach you or guide you to set your own unique goals and then take a step-by-step plan to actually achieve them. So there are many ways of doing this, and you need to find your way that feels true for you and then just implement and take the steps. And also knowing that success is the 80% inner work. This was something that I was a bit surprised with when I started this, that wow, this is really about asking yourself what is really important for you. Can you allow yourself to actually live the life that you want, not that everything that comes from the outside, but what comes from your power and your creative power from within, and to learn to master that and be clear about your path is really a part of what we're doing. And then we have amazing education on how to spread the word about the water. So in our online platforms, we have two main platforms that we're working with in our team, the Freedom Era and Project Legacy. You will learn from top mentors in the field and you will educate yourself in a step-by-step process. If you're coming in like more on a budget and you don't have like a monthly budget to spend then on education, on more spreading the word through ads, etc., we do have education in our Facebook groups and mentorships that are free for everyone in the team as well. But we do strongly recommend that you choose a platform to align with, because there you have the full support you need. And you do have the possibility to then work from everywhere just with a phone or a laptop. And in there, you will also make a personal plan about how you want to spread the word about the water and Enagic's products. And then we do have amazing freedom through automation and mainly in our platforms that we work with. So this is Project Legacy that I'm working with, me and my husband. A lot of people also work with the Freedom Era, which is amazing. What is the big thing with Project Legacy is that you don't need to be online. You don't need to spread the word through social media or build a brand, which a lot of people do. A lot of people learn to spread, you call it organically, through your networks. And this works brilliantly. I've actually built my business on that for a long time. But what you have in these automated systems like Project Legacy is a step-by-step guide where you don't need to show your face anywhere. You don't need to do anything more than to manage an already existing system. And you learn to run ads on social media platforms. You can also, like I said, build it organically, which is really fun. And if you love like sharing your word and your values and being creative, I really recommend that. because you can also make another positive impact just by being yourself online and showing up as your true authentic self, and then attracting people to you to then get to know, like watching this kind of webinar, or learning what more in detail about the things that we've talked about here today. So the process of automation is very simple. It's outreach in any way or form, if it's through ads, social media, whatever way you choose to do, or even physical events. Then you give people a link. They go to a link and they educate themselves. If it's a webinar, if it's a series of trainings, etc., where they get the questions answered, where they get the full picture to see, is this something that will work for them? They can then book a call if it's with a sales team like they have in the Freedom Era, or if it's with like me or other people in the team that I mentor, then we will sit down and look at a strategy that is the best for them. And in this way, then they get started and you just duplicate, like they go through the same thing. Then they get going with the education, the trainings, and you do less. What you get to do is just support more and more people in your team to actually succeed as well. And in this way, you skip a lot of the hard work and you're able to actually spend a lot of time on living your life and letting this automated system work for you in the background, and then doing the fun stuff like being yourself, being authentic, living your life, and then sharing that with others, supporting others, and then creating this ripple effect of positive impact together. So this was it, guys, and I hope you feel good about this, that this feels right for you. I think if you know it, you know it, that if there's some curiosity, something ignited in you, then go ahead and really book a free strategy call with us, because we love to just be honest and raw and see, okay, where are you at? Is it like, can you go full on, like with a quad? Do you want to be a bit more careful, but it might take some more time? So in that call, we will just, like, no strings attached. We'll just look at your situation and see if this is something for you. And then we choose the startup strategy and education that works for you and your goals. And once you have your Enagic products, you will also be invited to the pages, the groups, the support, like Facebook groups, chats, all of that. And we also have regular like startup courses and mentorships. The next one is coming up in just a couple of months, or in 1 month's time, where we all like educate the new people that have come in, and then also do like launches and sprints and things together. So you're not alone in this process. What you need to do is to, of course, like be open, be curious, ask your questions, be coachable, and just follow the steps that the others that have walked before you have taken. And then actually create your own sovereign free life where you hopefully can, blossom and do the things you're passionate about, and get more time with your kids or with your passion projects, and start to really live and not just survive, guys. So everyone, thank you, thank you, thank you. And if it feels right for you, really take those next steps straight away, because yeah, times are shifting. We do need to empower ourselves, to create new streams of income, to empower our communities together. So guys, thank you so, so much for being with us, and see you on the inside and on a call. I'm looking forward to see you again. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.